Hi everyone, welcome to this update video. I trust and hope you're doing amazing today. Now we're going to be taking a look at what is going on across the North Atlantic as per usual, with a bit of focus being on, I want to kind of focus on the intertropical convergence zone, which is that spot I also highlighted on my thumbnail. So we're going to be looking at that. We'll be looking at the general weather update in this video as well. We are 84 days out from the official start of the 2025 hurricane season, but could we also see preseason development? We're going to talk about it. And before I get into the details though, you may have seen the community post I made earlier this week about an eclipse which is coming up. So we're going to be experiencing our first total lunar eclipse since May 15th to May 16th, 2022. I had the pleasure of seeing that eclipse on my birthday. It was truly an amazing experience. That was my 18th birthday back in 2022. I was fortunate enough to see that eclipse. And then, since then, almost 3 years, we're going to be having our next one. And we will not experience another total lunar eclipse until 2029. So it's going to be a bit of time before we'll see the next one. So this is one that we definitely don't want to miss. I linked that video in the pinned comment down below, so you can go ahead and check it out. If you haven't, you can spread the word as well. So, just in case anyone wakes up early that morning and sees a blood moon, it's not the end of the world. It's just a lunar eclipse. So let's get straight into the details for this video though. And we can see here that there's a bit of color noted in parts of this graphic. So we've got towards South America being a bit active, nothing out of the norm. So there's been some afternoon showers and thunderstorms popping up across parts of the Guyanas, Venezuela, and also Colombia. And offshore Africa, we can see quite a bit of action going on there. So that is associated with the intertropical convergence zone, also called the ITCZ or ITCZ for short. Now that's pretty much where the trade winds of the north and south meet. When they do, it helps to result in quite a bit of atmospheric instability, which helps to influence all that burst of convection, all those showers and thunderstorms that we see taking place. And this is also what the tropical waves during the hurricane season propagate against. Now, as we're going to be heading towards spring and into deep spring and summer, we're going to be having those tropical waves rolling off. As soon as next month, we could start having those tropical waves. Now, they're usually very weak in the early and the late part of the season, but in the heart of the season, we get those very robust tropical waves, many of which will manage to develop into tropical storms and even hurricanes during the hurricane season, but they typically start before the season officially starts, and they're a source of rain for the Caribbean, especially parts of the Lesser Antilles and even towards Central America as well. Even parts of South America experience those impacts from the tropical waves. But zooming into the Caribbean region, just a few passing clouds here and there, which may bring just a pop-up shower. Nothing crazy going on. We're not really seeing any color at all within the vicinity of the Caribbean. We don't have any convective activity or any great atmospheric instability. So a pretty sunny weather. It's also quite windy for some of us. It's a perfect weather to go to the beach and just to relax. And in terms of the rainfall forecast for the next day or so, going through tomorrow afternoon, we can see here that this map gets a little colorful towards parts of South America, sections of Colombia, southern Venezuela, and even towards the Guyana. So there could be a bit of heavy rain in those spots. But as for the Caribbean region itself, just a few passing showers for the Lesser Antilles, Greater Antilles as well, and even for sections of Central America. Bahamas and Turks and Caicos and most of Cuba likely to be on the drier side. So overall for the region, nothing much going on. Same thing, a dry spell going on for the ABC Islands down there. Nothing out of the norm. Pretty dry, but that dryness also, for prolonged periods results in droughts, which is when we have that lack of rainfall. And, we have to conserve on our water for that reason. And now, as we're going to be talking about the hurricane season as well, let's look at the sea surface temperature map. So it is pretty warm across the Caribbean. It's also warming up in the Gulf, as we can see a couple of spots of those 27 degrees Celsius isotherms, but we mostly see those 25 and below that. So it's pretty cool there. Of course, we're still, pretty much heading towards spring, the spring equinox, and that is just days away, really. And as we're going to be heading deeper into spring and summer, things will be warming up across the Gulf, the Caribbean, and the North Atlantic basin on a whole. And as time goes by as well, we will notice that we have a bit more atmospheric instability. So it's instability which helps to result in those showers and even thunderstorms. And one of the things that I've been taking note of, because I have been watching the models, and it's really not the time that we tend to focus on tropical activity. Matter of fact, there's only been one tropical cyclone ever recorded in the month of March. We've had off-season storms through every single month, December through May, but March has the lowest with just one. And that happened many years ago. But I've been watching the models, and from a frontal system expected later this week, we could have the remnants loitering around. A couple of the models have been showing that we could see an airflow pressure form from that. This is the GFS for next Monday. And those greens you see indicate the moisture. There you have that L to show that airflow pressure, not anything significant and not anything expected to impact land. This is the Euro model, also showing a bit of a mess out there with that moisture, that airflow pressure. Doesn't seem to be anything defined though. The Canadian model just showing a bit of moisture out there, not showing anything defined either. And it's the same story with the Icon model. And we're going to continually have these little hints of any sorts of subtropical or tropical cyclogenesis as we progress, especially into next month. Now, preseason development is most definitely possible once the conditions are right. As I said, we've had preseason storms. So the months of December and May, though, have the most occurrences of tropical development taken place. So if there's to be any preseason development, it will most likely happen within the month of May. It's possible in April for sure. Wouldn't say much about March though. We really don't have a favorable environment. It's pretty hostile out there. However, guys, I'm keeping my eyes on everything, even though my posts may not be as often. But just as how things will slowly get more and more active, likewise with the frequency of updates on my channel. So as time goes by, of course, I'll be keeping you posted on everything going on out there. And that's pretty much what I wanted to bring to your attention in this update video, just giving you a general overview of what's going on. And again, you can go ahead and visit that link in the pinned comment for the details regarding the upcoming eclipse on Thursday to Friday morning. So that's it for now, guys. I do hope you found this video to be quite informative. But if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. I will get to you when I have the chance to do so. And remember to always be weatherwise.